we are going to continue where we stopped in the last class. We have some distance to cover today. So before that, I want to ask any doubts from yesterday what we covered, or the basic concept is understood reasonably. You understood that fundamental force equation, that F is equal to m into A.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So you have to understand it in bit more depth. Okay. So let us assume you are hitting a ball with a cricket bat. You're hitting. Okay. So the ball goes away. Till which point it will accelerate? Obviously, when you hit the ball, assume it is ideal, its speed will increase, whether it is golf ball or cricket ball or football. Till which point it will accelerate?
The gravity will pull it down, or the resistance from the air will stop it.
Okay, so till then it will accelerate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's
It
another
will move
common.
at the same speed, it won't accelerate.
Okay, so it
When
accelerates
force
in the
acts
beginning,
upon-
na? Shivananda, it accelerates in the beginning, right? When you hit?
And it accelerates at the end.
Yeah, so till which point it will accelerate? Till which point? This is ideal. Assume it's a golf ball. Okay, you are hitting the golf. Till which point it will accelerate?
According to the force and the mass of the object.
Yeah, but till which point? Assume you have a bat and you hit.
So till the swing of the bat.
Yeah, that is the point. Okay, you have to get that very clearly. Acceleration happens till you apply force. The moment you stop applying force, from that point, it will not accelerate. It will continue to move in the same speed, provided there is nothing to increase or decrease its speed. But you know, in air, like Shivananda told, there will be air resistance. So now, so because of that, it will slow down. Or if you are hitting it to the top, this gravity, like Alan told, will pull down. But otherwise, when you hit a football or a cricket ball or anything, it accelerates till you apply the force. You understand? That is why, you know, cricket players, they will tell you have to play in line. You have to have follow through. Are there any cricket players here? Anybody who plays cricket?
I love cricket, sir.
Yeah, so you know, like in good coaching, they will tell you should have a follow through.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, follow through means that is try to increase the time where bat is touching the ball. That means to increase the time you are giving the force. The more time you give the
Sir.
yeah, it's not just timing. Timing is a different thing. Timing is a different thing. This means if you are hitting, you are trying to ensure that the bat is with the ball for more time. So it will accelerate more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll tell the swing the bat with the ball.
Yeah, swing along the direction of the ball. That is what is called follow through. So they will tell, this is a good cricketing shot. They followed through like that, the same direction.
Cover drive. Like,
Yeah, drives means it is nick. You just nick and leave it. This is follow through.
no, sir. Cover drive now coming forward and following the ball and
yeah, coming forward and following through that drive. You know, so that is what you have to understand. This as long as the force is applied, it will accelerate. Okay. So now let me ask you. You have a ball, say 1 kg. Okay, 1 kg ball. You hit it with a bat, say 10 Newton force for 1 second. What will be its acceleration? Ball is idle. Ball is idle, 1 kg. You hit with a bat with a 10 Newton force for 1 second. What will be its acceleration? 10. How did you get that?
Till when the force is applied, there is acceleration.
Okay. Okay. I'm increasing the mass of the ball to 2 kg. What will be the acceleration?
20.
20.
20. So it will be the same.
Yeah, see, if F is equal to ma, what is A? If F
Acceleration.
Force
Ah, yeah, it is force by mass, right? If F is equal to ma, A is equal to F by m, right?
Yes, sir.
See, that is, see, common sensically also think about it. If when the mass increases, if you apply the same force, the acceleration will be reduced, right? If the mass is more, if you apply the same force, acceleration will reduce. Is it not? To push a lorry, you need to give more force than pushing a cycle. So when the mass is more, you need to apply more force. Or in other words, if you give the same push to a cycle and a lorry, which will move more? The cycle will move more because it is lighter. So to understand, acceleration is inversely proportional to mass. When mass is more, acceleration will reduce. So the simple equation is acceleration is force by mass. F is equal to ma means A is equal to F by m. M you take it to the other side. So if you apply 10 kg, 10 Newton force on 1 kg ball, it is 10 by 1. If it is 2 kg ball, it is 10 by 2. If it is 5 kg ball, it is 10 by 5. When the mass increases, acceleration will reduce. Right? What Hrishikesh has given an unnecessary. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Okay, if you have any object, let us assume you have a car which is 1000 kg, you apply say a force of say 2000 Newton, then its acceleration will be 2000 by 1000. Whatever is the force divided by the mass will be the acceleration. What is acceleration? It is a change in speed per second. So if you assume that the car was idle, so you get an acceleration of 2 meters per second, which means after 1 second, the car speed will be 2. After 2 seconds, the car speed will be 2 plus 2, 4, provided you are continuously applying the force. After 3 seconds, it will be 6. After 4 seconds, it will be 8. So acceleration means your speed is increasing in every second as long as you apply the force. When you drive a car or when you ride a cycle, the moment you stop pedaling, will the cycle accelerate? It will not, right? The moment you stop pedaling, it will not accelerate. It will accelerate only if you are going in a slope. That is because of another reason. Assume you are going in a straight line, straight path. If you are cycling, when you are pedaling, cycle will accelerate. The moment you stop pedaling, it will not accelerate. Actually, it should not decelerate also. Speed should not reduce. But because of the gravity, the friction of the road and the air system, it will reduce. If you are in space, if you attain a speed, it will continue to move in that speed, just like that. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is important, okay? This concept is important. Now we get into gravitational force, what we studied before, right? What is gravitational force between Earth and an object of mass m at Earth's surface?
mg.
Mg. Full equation? Full equation is Gmm by r square, right? Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Right? So here the players are here. G is gravitational constant and is mass of Earth and radius of the Earth. This we have studied before. In the surface of Earth. This we have studied, right? Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now we have just now learned force is equal to mass into acceleration, right? M into A. Is it not? Just now we
Yes.
learned physical to M. So this is also force. This is also force. This is a gravitational force. So if gravitational force is Gm m by r square, if F is equal to m by ma means A is equal to F by m, right? This is what we were just trying to understand. If F is equal to ma, A is equal to F by m, this m you take it to the other side, which is what we are understanding. But if you apply more force, the acceleration will be more. But if the mass is more, acceleration will be less. We know it by common sense. Heavy stuff, you need to apply more force, right? So A is equal to F by M. So what is the acceleration here? If this is gravitational force, what is the acceleration here?
G.
Yeah. What would be the equation? This by M, right? This is F. This by M, right? That will be the acceleration, right? If A is equal to F by M, then if this is the force, what is the gravitational acceleration? Then this divided by M, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it not? See, this is the force. This is a force called gravitational force. Now we know if you apply an object is coming down from the top, its mass is M. If you apply a F force on an object, the acceleration will be this divided by its mass. So if this is the gravitational force, acceleration on this will be this divided by its mass or M. So what will you get as gravitational acceleration?
Gm by r square.
You will get it as Gm by r square because this M will get cancelled. This divided by small m means this M and small m will get cancelled. You will get gravitational acceleration Gm by r square. This is the value which I asked you guys to find out in the previous class as an assignment. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
So what was the value you got?
Approx 9.7.
Yeah, 9.8 approximately. So this is why we call this as gravitational acceleration. You understand? Yes,
Sir,
yes. Yeah.
I don't understand that gravitational acceleration.
Yeah. See now, Alan. See this equation you understand?
Yes, sir.
Gravitational. Okay. So now this is force. This is gravitational force, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have learned the Newton's equation of F is equal to ma, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If F is equal to ma, A is equal to F by M, right?
Yes, sir.
Now this is the gravitational force. Means what is the acceleration here? Force divided by mass of the object.
Yes, sir.
F by M. So this divided by M means what? This M and this M will cancel, right?
Yes, sir.
So you will get G M by R square. So gravitational acceleration, you get G M by R. So if you substitute the value of G, which is gravitational constant, M is mass of Earth, R is radius of Earth. I gave this assignment in the previous class. When you calculate it, you get this value, 9.8.
Yes, sir.
So what
Thank
does
you,
it,
sir.
yeah, what does it mean? If you drop a ball in Earth's atmosphere, while you are dropping, assume that it is not having any speed, just dropping. After 1 second, what will be that ball speed?
It will accelerate.
What will be the acceleration in 1 second? After 1 second, what will be that ball's speed?
9.8 meter.
9.8 meter per second. After 2 seconds?
9.8 meter per second into 2.
Into 2. That is the meaning of acceleration. So the meaning of this word called 9.8 meter per second square is, if that acceleration means after 1 second, the speed will increase by 9.8. So if you're dropping while speed is 0, after 1 second speed is 9.8. After 2 seconds, 9.8 plus 9.8, that's 2 into 9.8. After 3 seconds, 3 into 9.8. After 10 seconds, 10 into 9.8. Its speed will keep on increasing. Why? Why?
Because of force of gravity.
The force of gravity is continuously applied. In the case of cricket bat, we hit and stop. In the case of gravity, it is continuously being applied. It is just like a car where you are constantly on the accelerator. Car will accelerate. If you press on accelerator and if you have fuel, car will accelerate. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Its acceleration will continue, depending on few other parameters, of course. Do you all get this? Others, those who are not
Thank you.
speaking, others, you have to understand this concept. This is important. Everyone else, do you get this?
Yes, sir.
Others, do you get this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
If you don't get, please ask. You may not get probably an opportunity to get this cleared sometimes in the class and other places. These all things will follow you lifetime. These basic maths, basic force equations, gravitational acceleration and all will follow you lifetime. Okay, so understand it clearly. Spend some time on it. Shreyas, you want to ask something?
No, sir.
Okay. Right.
Sir.
Yeah.
So every second, the acceleration will increase by 9.8.
No. Every second, speed will increase by 9. Acceleration is one constant value, 9.8. But meaning of acceleration, the word called acceleration means every second its speed will change. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Meter per second. Rishikesh, meter per second.
So this gravitational acceleration is different on other heavenly bodies.
Yeah. Because in the other heavenly bodies, this G is constant. This G is universal. For the whole universe, Andromeda galaxy, same G. Everywhere, same G. M is different. M is depending on that mass of the object. In Earth, it is Earth mass. If it is in Mars, it is Mars mass. Right? And this R is again radius of that planet or this star, whichever you're talking about. So obviously this value will change.
So, sir, on all planets, gravitational force is same.
No, gravitational force is not same. How can it be same? This mass is different. That you remember the other day I showed that Shah Rukh Khan lifting one person and showing in different planets. The weight is different.
Sir.
Yeah, that weight, whatever we showed if it is 100 is the weight in Earth. We told Moon it is only 1/6 of it. So
So, sir, how will that G be constant?
G is constant. Gravitational constant is constant throughout the universe, but not the gravitational force. The gravitational force is equal to Gm by r square. So there are 4 parameters here. G is only one of the parameters. That is universally constant. But then this M and this R is depending on the planet or star which you are talking about. Yeah, so that force will change. Gravitational force, entire equation's value changes. This value G is universal. Right? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right.
So
Yeah,
if the
yeah.
speed is increasing, why the in our ear, why it is not changing?
Rishikesh, you Malayalam ചോദിച്ചോ.
അതെ ഈ സ്പീഡ് കൂടണു. അപ്പോ സ്പീഡ് കൂടുമ്പോ ഓർബിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ എടുക്കുന്ന ടൈമും കുറയില്ലേ
ആരുടെ?
എർത്തിന്റെ?
Yes, of course.
അപ്പൊ വർഷത്തിലെ എല്ലാ വർഷം 365.2 തന്നെയാണല്ലോ.
എർത്തിന്റെ സ്പീഡ് കൂടുന്നില്ല. He's asking if the planet accelerates, the time taken by the planet to revolve around the sun will reduce, which is he's right. This if you are accelerating, if the planet is accelerating, then the time taken, it is not just the time taken. The planet will go away from that orbit, but Earth is not accelerating.
Oh.
Earth is not accelerating. If you are dropping a ball on Earth, that is accelerating. Earth is not accelerating.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So now Elisa was asking. Yeah, Elisa.
Sir, I wanted to ask, what is the major difference between acceleration and speed?
Acceleration is change in speed. Okay. So for example, let us assume a car is going at 50 km/h continuously, maintaining 50 km/h. Okay. So there is no acceleration. Or you just assume you are sitting now for the Zoom class. You will have no acceleration. But after the class, you get up and run. Then you are accelerating. And after running, after getting the peak speed, you are reducing your speed. Then you are decelerating. You understand? So speed is at a given point, what is your speed means how much distance you are covered in what time. Acceleration is what is the change to that speed. So we will tell now, see, you have you seen this accelerator in the car or a bike? Why we call it an accelerator? It is increasing the speed. So we tell na, chalo increase the gear and accelerator lagao. That means you are increasing the speed. Yeah. So acceleration's definition is change in speed in 1 second. Increase or decrease? If it is decrease, normally we call it as deceleration. That is why we tell acceleration is a vector quantity. Vector means it is direction. Means it can increase or decrease. Right? So if you apply force against its motion, speed will reduce. So it is deceleration. It is negative. If you are applying a force in the direction of the motion, its speed will reduce. Then it is positive. Get it? Right.
Yes, sir.
These things will become more clear now. These things will become more clear to you now. Okay. Now we get back to our old problem. Okay. Ritesh, where is Ritesh?
Sir, I'm here.
Yeah. So listen, this was the problem. Remember, we are dropping 2 balls. One is 5 kg, assume, one is 2 kg. You're dropping both. Which will fall first? Now you done.
Sir, is it vacuum?
Assume it is back.
5 kg.
Okay.
Sir, 5 kg.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, both of them?
kg.
Both of them. Okay.
So both of them are dropped from the same height, right?
Same height. See, there is no trick here. Now you don't tell if a person is standing here and catching this, what will happen. Don't ask tricky questions here. This is not a puzzle. Okay. Okay.
Sir, is it in
Fall
vacuum?
together.
Vacuum. Assume it is vacuum.
So then
They
they fall
fall
together.
together.
So they fall together.
So, can you repeat the question once again?
Yeah, both balls were dropping at the same time from a height. Which will
Same
will count?
kilogram.
Not same kilogram. 5 and 2. Can you see this? 5 and
Yes,
2.
sir.
5 and 2. Okay. So now let us see the why it is happening so. What will be the force of attraction on this? This is Earth. What will be the gravitational force on this ball?
The gravitational
Five.
force.
Hmm?
5 into g.
5 into g. Is it not? That is what we found out just now. Do you see? we understood this gm by r square is 9.8. We call it, we normally note it with this g. Some people note it with a acceleration. Normally the universal notation is g. That is gm by r square is g. Gm by r square is g, or 9.8. What is left is m. So gravitational force on any object is this m into g, mg. That is like ma. Ma is, a is acceleration, g is also acceleration. We are just giving it a different notation of g to differentiate the gravitational acceleration. So this g is nothing but acceleration. So this equation is F is equal to m into a. But here a is g m by r square. Get it? So this is m into g, because the g m by r square is g. So the gravitational attraction of this ball is 5 into g. You remember? I told like gravitational attraction of Alan is, if it is 40 kg is mass, 40 into 9.8. You remember in that class? Each of you calculated what will be your gravitational attraction. So it is your mass into 9.8. So if Elisa is 40 kg, assume instead of 9.8, if we take it like approximately 10, 400 Newton is the force of attraction between Earth and Elisa. So Earth is loving Elisa that much, attracting her with 400 Newton. So if somebody else, Shah Rukh Khan or somebody wants to love Elisa more than that, they have to apply a force of 401 Newton lift. You understand? So when you lift, that is the whole story I was telling you the other day. So if you are lifting someone, you have to love the person more than else. You get that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So right. So that is the criteria. So if you are loving Mohanlal, you have to really do so much of work, push-up, work, exercise. Okay, so that you have to lift. It is not easy. It is depending on whom do you love. If you love Rajinikanth, you need crane to lift it, right? Because you have to overcome the Earth's attraction, right? So this 5 kg mass ball is attracted by Earth with the force is equal to 5 into g Newton. So what is the force of attraction of this 2 kg ball?
G.
That's 2 into g, right? So now we know that the gravitational force or attraction on this 5 kg is more than that of 2 kg. Because this is 5 into 9.8, approximately 50. This is approximately 20. So this should actually fall first, ideally. But then, what is acceleration?
So acceleration is same in both of them.
Acceleration is F by m, force by mass. 5g is the force, right? So this ball is attracted by a force of 5g. But then the acceleration of this ball is force divided by mass, F by m. So it is 5g by 5. That is why we call this is universal acceleration as g. And in the case of second ball, this is 2g by 2. So what happens is the gravitational force of attraction is directly proportional to the mass. So when the mass increases, the gravitational force increases. But then when the mass increases, acceleration reduces. Is it not? If a 5 kg ball and 2 kg ball you hit with the same force, which will move faster? If you hit a 5 kg ball and a 2 kg ball with the same force, which will move
2 kg.
faster? 2 kg will move faster. Yeah, because less is the mass, acceleration will be more. Because acceleration is inversely proportional to mass. A is equal to F by m. the more the mass, less is the acceleration. So you understand why a ball of different masses fall at the same time. Because the mass m is coming in two places. Here it is coming in the numerator, 5 into g in the force. Here it is coming in the denominator. So F is m into g divided by m. So that m will cancel, you will get g. That is why this g or 9.8 is universal acceleration with respective of the mass of the body. Do you get this?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Please.
Yes, sir. So I understand that A is equal to F by M. Then after that, 5 by 5. I didn't understand that.
No, what is F? F is 5g, na?
Yes. Sir, how did that force come 5?
See, what is force? What is gravitational force?
The force by which the earth attracts an object towards itself.
Yeah, that is this, na? G m by r square. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Is it not? G m by
Yes.
r square. So in this we have understood we can write this as G m divided by r square. We can take it out, right?
Yes, sir.
Into m. Can we write like this? G m
Yes,
by
sir.
r square. Yeah. Now this G m by r square is the value which we have calculated. That's 9.8.
Yeah.
So that is why we call it as m into g. Because this gm by r square is g. We have calculated it. Because all these are constant. G is constant, m is constant, r is constant at the surface of the earth. Because if you are above the earth, radius will change. If you are in
Yes.
some other planet, mass will change. But for earth surface, this value of this expression is g or 9.8. So for any object of mass m, the gravitational attraction is that mass into g. 5 kg ball, 5 into g. 10 kg ball, 10 into g. That is what I was making you to do that exercise. What is your mass? Your mass is 40 kg. So earth attracts you with a force of 40 into g. Or you attract earth with a force of 40 into g. Do you
Yes,
get
sir.
that? So
Yes, sir.
yeah. So any objects with a mass of say 100 gets attracted by Earth with a force called 100 into g. So here in this case it was 5. So this gets attracted by 5 into g. Yeah, Alan? This gets attracted by
Yes, sir.
5 into g. Now what is A? A is equal to F by M. This F is 5g. 5g divided by mass is m. It's again 5. So F, the mass is coming in both numerator and denominator in the case of acceleration. That is why the gravitational acceleration is universal and constant in Earth surface. In Earth surface, okay, the g only in Earth surface.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So do you all get this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Moving on. Now, assume terrace of your house or flat. Okay. Assume you are in a very tall building, 1 kilometer high. Okay. Very tall building. You're standing on top of it. You're dropping a ball. You're dropping a ball. Okay. It will reach ground. How much time it will take to reach it? On top of this building, which is 1,000 meter height, you're dropping ball. Now you understood acceleration is constant. You don't need the mass. Whatever is the mass, acceleration is constant. How much time it will take to reach ground? You don't need mass, Rishikesh. Why do you need mass? You assume some mass, 5 kg or 10 kg. Acceleration is constant. That's what we just learned now. It is 9.8, whatever be the mass. Whether Rishikesh falls from the terrace, or Elisa falls from the terrace, or Mega falls from the terrace, all of you will have same acceleration. Right? Whether you are Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Keralite, Bengali, American, African, white shirt, black shirt, kurta, pajama, all of you, earth for earth, it is same. Earth will love you with equal extent. It is complete socialism. Yeah. Distance I have given na 1000 meters the height of the building.
Sir, is it 1000 divided by 9.8?
That is the normal answer which you will tend to think. Which is wrong. But that is the normal answer which people. Ritesh is for 1 point, sir. Okay. Any other answer? You tell me what is the problem to find out the answer here?
Speed increase, acceleration increases.
Speed increases. If you know the speed of the ball, we can, like what our friend Ayati did, we can divide distance by speed so that we get the time. Time is distance by speed, right? Time is distance by speed, right? Is it? Yeah. Yeah. So, but what Ayati did, she took the speed as 9.8. See, that is what I answered, Elisa. 9.8 is not speed, it is acceleration, it is change in speed. Yeah, Ayati?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what we need to find? We need to find what is its speed. See, speed will vary. When speed varies, you have to take average speed. If the acceleration is uniform, you can take average speed. So you need to get average speed. How do you get the average speed? If it is uniform acceleration, you have to get the starting speed, 0. You have to get this speed. What will be its speed when it is dropping? Shall we find out?
1000 multiplied by 9.8.
Are you sure? Let us think.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all of you, keep your kidney ready, apply it. What will be the speed of this board? The initial speed is 0, we are just dropping. After 1 second, what is its speed?
9.8.
1.6.
Do we have a consensus there? Do we have a consensus? After 1 second, it is 9.8 or G. Do you all agree? Or is there anyone who wants to refute it? Or you are with Nota? Why Mega is sitting as if everything is lost? Mega, do you understand this? Is it troublesome?
The gravitational, it's not the speed, but the change in speed. But in 1 second, 9.8.
That is what is the definition of acceleration. Acceleration is the change in speed in 1 second. Its unit is what? Meter per second? Per second. That's why we call it as meter per second square. Acceleration is the change in speed in 1 second. So the definition of acceleration is, if the speed was 0, after 1 second, it is 9.8. After 2 seconds, it is 9.8 plus 9.8, 2 into 9.8. After 3 seconds, it is 9.8 plus 9.8 plus 9.8, 3 into 9.8. Do you all understand this?
Yes, sir.
Why you all are so sad? Oh, God is falling.
Sir,
But
Yes. Yeah.
in second, it will move the double of this gravitational constant.
every second the
9.8.
speed, yeah, every second the speed will increase by 9.8.
അപ്പോ 9.8 ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്ത അടുത്ത
2 into 9.8. 2 into 9.8.
അത്രയും മൂവ് ചെയ്യില്ലേ?
Yes. അത്രയും മൂവ് ഇല്ല. അത്രയും മൂവ് ഇല്ല. അത് അതിന്റെ സ്പീഡ് അത്രയുള്ളൂ.
ഒരു സെക്കൻഡ് എത്ര സ്പീഡ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അത്ര മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്ന തന്നെയല്ലേ?
അല്ല. Okay. So what he's asking a very intelligent question. You see what Rishikesh is asking. He's asking an intelligent question. He's asking, I understood starting speed is 0. After 1 second, it is 9.8 meter per second. So does this mean in 1 second, did the ball move 9.8 meter? That's what he's asking. Mega speed will increase by 9.8 meter per second.
Yes,
Elisa,
sir.
Elisa, that is the question. What is the time taken?
Sir, 1000 divided by 9.8?
It's not, because it is not the speed. See, now, what is the speed after 1 second? It is 1 g, right? 9.8, right?
So can you check the chat?
It is easier if you ask me. We will come to that. Okay, we'll come to the answer. I'm not bothered about the answer. I'm bothered about your process of your thinking. Okay. See, after 1 second, speed is 1 into 9.8 or 9 into 9.8 I'm using g. Do we all agree to this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
After 2 seconds,
9.8 plus 9.8.
that is
9.8 into
2 into g.
2g.
After 3 seconds,
3g.
3g. This is like a fall, right?
Yes, sir.
After t seconds, assume that you take t seconds to reach down. What will be the speed?
kg.
Is it not? After 1 second, 1g. After 2 seconds, 2g. After 3 seconds, 3g. After t seconds, tg, right? See, every second, speed is increasing by g. After 5 seconds, 5g. After 10 seconds, 10g. After 10 seconds, t seconds, tg, right?
Yes, sir.
Higher said, no, we won't agree that is tg. We don't like it. Yeah, is that? Isn't it? It's very straightforward, right? After every second, the speed increases by g. After 5 seconds, it will be 5 into g. After t seconds, it will be t into g. Do you all agree? Right. Okay. Now let us come to the question what Rishikesh asked. Listen here. As your starting speed is 0. In 1 second, speed is 9.8 meter per second. What is the distance traveled in 1 second?
9.8.
9.8 meters.
Static speed was 0. After 1 second, it is 9.8. Let me ask you a question.
So 0.
A car starts traveling. After 1 minute, its speed is 50 kilometer per hour. Or after 1 hour, its speed is 50 kilometer per hour. Just slowly, speed was increasing. In 1 hour, will it travel 50 kilometer?
No.
No.
That speed was taken in 1 second.
No, that you are taking the last speed, but the starting speed is different.
Average.
You have to take average
take
speed.
average.
Yeah. You have to take average speed. Is it not? Starting speed was 0, end speed was 9.8. Average speed is possible only when the acceleration is uniform. Okay. So, for example, the car you are driving at 10 kilometer per hour for 59 minutes. In the last 1 minute, you speed it up to 50 kilometer per hour. Then you can take 0 and 50 average. So average is possible only if the acceleration is uniform. But here the acceleration is uniform. So if starting was 0, after 1 second it is 9.8. What is the average speed?
How can we take that?
What is average speed?
Sir, how can we find the average speed?
How do you find average of two quantities? You get 80 marks in physics and 70 marks in chemistry. What is your average mark?
0 plus 9.8.
0 plus 9.8 by 2.
By
It's
2.
as straightforward as that, right?
So 4.
Forget about the value. What is average? Average of 0 and 9.8 is 0 plus 9.8 by 2. Is it not? Instead of 9.8, you take it as 10 for ease of calculation. Starting speed was 0, uniformly accelerated. After 1 second, speed is 10. What is average speed? Average speed is 5, right? 0 plus 10 by 2. For 0 plus 9.8 by 2 is 4.9. Right? See,
Yes, sir.
average is average. You get 100 marks in one subject, 80 marks in another subject. Your average is 100 plus 80 by 2 is equal to 90. That is simple maths. There is no complication there. Don't break your head by thinking this is a really complex problem we are solving. It's a very simple problem. I will tell you when you have to burn your head. This is not that. Right? This is a simple stuff. Okay. I think don't be bothered too much about getting the right answer. Understand the process. Understand the science. Answer we'll find out. Understand the science. Okay. Now you see, so the distance traveled in 1 second is not 9.8 meter, but 4.9 meter, because the average speed is 4.9 meter per second, which means in 1 second, between 0 and 1, you will cover only 4.9 meter. Okay, between 1 second and 2 seconds. Yeah.
ഇത് കഴിഞ്ഞ അടുത്ത സെക്കൻഡ് വരുമ്പോ വീണ്ടും ആവറേജ് മാറില്ലേ?
Yes, that is what I'm telling. This is after 1 second. You see, after 1 second, your speed is 9.8. After 2 seconds, your speed is 2 into 9.8. So what is the average? What is the distance covered here? That is the average speed of 9.8 plus 2 into 9. That is 19.6 divided by 2. So it will be between 9.8 and 19.6. Between this and this, it is between 2G and 3G. Between this and this, 3G plus 4G by 2. So average speed will vary. Now you tell me, what is the average speed for the whole journey? For the whole journey, what is the average speed?
Initial speed plus final speed by 2.
Yes, what is that? What are the values of initial and final speed?
Tg plus 0 by 2.
Tg plus 0 by 2. It is a very simple problem. Don't break your head by thinking it's a complex problem. Okay, the whole problem is complex, but this average speed, starting speed is 0, end speed is Tg, acceleration is uniform. So the average speed for the whole drop of this ball is 0 plus Tg by 2. Do you get it? Why there is so much of depth in science? Do you understand this? This you to understand, okay? This is important. Hello? See, don't jump.
Yes, sir.
Don't have this affinity to somehow get the answer. Rishikesh, Ayati, don't run behind getting the final answer. That is not the matter here. This is not a competition. You don't have a cup to win here. There is no cash prize for those who tell the answer first. Try to understand the science and maths behind it. Okay? Understand the concept behind it. Starting speed is 0. Every second, speed will increase by g. That is what we call as acceleration. So after 1 second speed is 1g. After 2 seconds speed is 2g. After 3 seconds speed is 3g. After t seconds speed is tg. Now we know that distance is velocity into time. All of you know this, right? Distance traveled is velocity into time. But here the velocity, you have to take average velocity because starting velocity, starting speed and end speed are different. Right? But the distance covered we know, 1000 meter. Velocity we know, 0 plus gt by 2. Time is t. So if you substitute, what will happen? You will get 1000 is equal to 0 plus tg by 2. 0 plus tg by 2. That is the average velocity. Average velocity. Into time, t. Right? This is distance is equal to velocity into time. This is a simple equation which all of you understand. Here the distance covered is 1000 meters. Velocities we calculated 0 plus tg by 2. 0 plus tg by 2 into t, that is time. Right? So what will be this expression? 0 plus tg is tg. So this will be tg by 2 into t. Right? 0 plus tg is tg only, 0 will go. This is tg by 2 into t. 2 t's will come. There will be 2 t's. So you get gt square by 2. That is 1000 is equal to gt square by 2. You know what is g, that is 9.8. If you replace, you will get the value. I'm not bothered about the value part. You go home and calculate, find out. But now, let me get into the science of it. Do you remember from this equation, does it make some sense to you from Galileo's experiments?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, you are bothered about finding the answer. That's why I'm repeatedly telling Rishikesh and Ayati, don't spend your time on getting the answer. There is no gup for competition or crash prize to win. Focus here on the class. Okay. Now you tell me this equation, distance traveled 1000 is equal to gt square by 2. So we told about the experiments by Galileo and his observations. Do you find something here related to that? Anyone?
First equation of motion. V is equal to U plus.
Yes, that is there. You remember Galileo found out that this distance covered in that experiment where he was putting ball is directly proportional to square of time.
Yes, sir.
See, that is from where he developed this concept of inertia. You remember? He was dropping the balls from that his inclined plane. So he observed that when he was increasing the length of that plane, then that means he is increasing the distance. That is directly proportional to square of time. Distance is proportional to square of time. From there only, he got it by telling one time he brought it to this side. You remember, like we wrote this fundamental concept that Galileo observed distance is proportional to square of time. Time, right? T into T, time into time. Square of time is time into time, T square. Remember this?
Yes.
Yeah. From this only we brought by telling we brought one time to this side. So distance divided by time is proportional to time. You remember this is from where he brought this 1t to this side. So this distance by t is speed. So that is how he got to know when time changes, speed changes. Unlike what Aristotle and time people believe, when time changes, if you apply a force, the result of force is not speed. When you apply a force, because of gravitational force, if you continuously apply as time progresses, the speed will change. That is from where the concept of acceleration came. So he got this result is because of this. You see, distance is equal to g into t square. That is why he got that from his experiment. But then Newton later came up with these equations to prove mathematically why he got that t square. You understand? So Galileo, when he was dropping the ball, he realized that when he was increasing the distance where you are dropping the ball, that the time also he was measuring, he understood the relationship is the distance is proportional to square of time. Now you took one time to this side, that means distance by time, which is speed, is proportional to time. That means when he drops a ball, when time increases, speed is increasing. What does that mean? When you apply gravitational force in any force continuously, speed of the object will uniformly increase. That is from where the concept of acceleration came. That is from where he derived. That means Earth could be running at same speed. You don't need to have any force. To increase the speed, only you need force. That is from where Galileo's concept of inertia and everything came. Now the mathematical explanation of it is. Do you get this? If you don't, go back to old class video and spend some time. Right? Okay. I want to just finish this slide before we conclude. With that, we will finish. Let me just ask you, instead of this initial speed we are just dropping like this, instead of that, if there was some speed of say u, let us assume initial speed was some u, not zero, we are throwing like this, or a ball was dropping from top. So by the time it reached here, it had some speed. So after 1 second, what will be its speed?
U plus 1g.
U plus g, right? Speed is starting is 0. It will be, what is acceleration? 1 second, speed will increase by g. Is it not? So after 1 second, speed will be u plus 1g. Here also it is same, 0 plus 1g. We are not writing 0 here. That's all. So if a ball was going with some speed, if you hit it in the same direction with some force, its speed will increase. How much it will increase? That speed plus acceleration. So in 1 second, speed will become, let us assume this is 10 meters per second. After 1 second, it will be 10 plus 9.8. If it was 20, this will become 20 plus 9.8. What after 2 seconds?
U plus 2g.
Obviously, after 2 seconds, it will be initial speed plus 2g. Same here. After 3 seconds, u plus 3g. What here?
U plus tg.
Same thing. Instead of 0, here it is 0. This will be u plus tg. So what did we get? What did we get? If a ball or anything is, you apply a force on it, here the force is gravitational force. If its initial speed is say u, its final speed will be u plus g into t. Here the acceleration is g, because it is gravitational. If it is some other force, it could be some other value. So that is from where we get this equation that v is equal to u plus at. Have you studied this?
Yes, sir.
So those who haven't studied in lower classes, you will study. This is coming from here. V is this end speed. End speed is equal to starting speed plus t into g. That you are getting it from this process. Do you get that? Do you know where from this equation is coming? End speed is equal to starting speed plus t into g. Here it is the gravitational acceleration, that is by g. And we are replacing it with A so that any other force means it is what our acceleration. Now, if you rearrange this equation, if you bring u to this side, this will become v minus u. And if you bring t to this side, it will become a is equal to v minus u by t. Right? U you should take to this side, this will become v minus u. And t you bring to this side, this will become v minus u by t. And this is the definition of acceleration. Change in speed in 1 second. Definition of acceleration is change in speed in 1 second. Right? So that is what Elisa was asking. What is the difference between speed and acceleration? Acceleration is the change in speed in 1 second. How do you get the change in speed? Let us assume a car was going at 50 km/h. After say 10 minutes, its speed is 100 km/h. Uniform acceleration you assume. So what is change in speed? 100 minus 50. Final speed minus starting speed. That is the change in speed. And it happens in how much time? Divide with that. So you know in 1 second what was the change in speed, which is what we call as acceleration. This is the fundamental equation of motion. If you want to take a screenshot, no need. I will upload this today. Was it tough for you? Any doubts?